Welcome everyone to Sysco Canada's virtual kitchen. I guess that's how you say it. Welcome everyone, and we're super excited to have.
Hey, I'm not hearing anything.
We're super excited to have. Kate, can you hear me? Give me a wave.
Yeah, I can hear you just
Perfect.
fine.
Okay, now
right.
I can.
Okay, perfect. Thanks for the interruption.
Freak us out, would you?
Those chefs, eh? Anyways, welcome everyone to Sysco Canada's virtual kitchen show. We're super excited here, as you probably heard already from having our chef on the show. We have Maple Leaf Food Service in the show today. So welcome, Maple Leaf, and we're super excited to have you on here. We're going to show some ideas today. We got Chef on the line here, and he's going to jump on here in a second. But hopefully everyone that's going to join us today takes something from here that they can apply to their restaurants to hopefully help you save money, make money, and all the things that our show is about. So I'm going to move over to and do some introductions here, and I'm going to hit these little fancy buttons I have. And we're going to hide this screen and say hi to everyone. There's Chef and Kate. So I'm going to pass over to Kate. And Kate, can you introduce their chef and talk a little bit about what we're going to go through? And we got a couple slides, and we're going to get into cooking.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Kate Longmire. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Innovation for our food service team here at Maple Leaf. And I'm here with Chef Keppy, who some of you probably know, and he's a great asset and partner on our team and for with all of you. So he's going to do the fun stuff in the show, and I'm just going to kind of take you through a few things that we're working on and hope that it can help you out with some of the things that you're working on. So Jay, I'm not sure if we have some of the slides.
Yeah, I'm just going to pull them up here in a second.
Yeah, so just a bit of background. I've been here since, I started 20 years ago, actually, a long time ago now. And I was with the company for about 14 years. And then I departed for a little bit, just another couple other CPG companies. And really, I had fun there, actually, some great organizations. However, I missed Maple Leaf the entire time. So when this role came up, I always told everybody I'd be back. And when this role came up, I was approached about it. I was pretty excited to come back to the organization. That basically is my home in a lot of ways. So excited to be on the food service team, and then just looking forward to today. So I'll take you through a few of the things that we are working on. So one of the things I missed not being at Maple Leaf was our Think Food facility. So for anyone who hasn't been involved or been able to be in our facility, we're hoping to have you when things get back to whatever the new normal looks like. But essentially, it really stands for innovation, creation, and really helping be a resource for you, our trusted, our partners that are highly valued to us. So it's really an area that has industrial equipment that you can really kind of try to replicate some of the products that you would have with the equipment that you would have in your kitchen. So pretty fortunate to have that facility. And in going through everything that we've been through over the last few months, we believe, and especially for everything we're seeing from Canadians, is that the food service industry has an opportunity to be better, bigger, brighter than ever before. So it's been a really tough time, I know, for each and every one of you. But every indication that we have from Canadians is that they're willing, they're ready, they're excited to get back into restaurants and into eating out overall. So we at Maple Leaf are here to support that transition in any way we possibly can. And we've developed a couple of different programs to help facilitate that transformation for you to make sure that you're set up for success. So anything you need from us, we are here. So today, if you can go to the next slide. So I'm just going to take you through very quickly because I know you're really here to see James and not me, Chef Keppy. But we do have a couple of different things that we've been working on. So as of 2 weeks from now, we are launching a customer resource hub under thinkfoodservice.ca. We're going to be rebranding ourselves essentially due to the tremendous value that Think Food offers, the facilities that we do have. And as a food service team, we want to be able to bring that in everything we do, that real innovation focus and customer service focus. So with that, we're launching a new website that'll have things like customer insights, et cetera. I'll take you through that in the next slide very, very briefly. We've got a new innovation and ideation process that can live both in person when the time comes, but also virtually as well. With Chef Keppy, he's offered up his services. We've built a new virtual product cutting process, a new virtual menu ideation process with a focus on how do you make your menu's more profitable overall. And then we're also launching some marketing support solely with the intent of supporting our customers. So nothing coming directly from Maple Leaf Food Service. It'll all be designed to get people into your customers, essentially. So the customer resource hub that's launching in 2 weeks, we just briefly, a couple things that we'll be including in that. So we have a manager on our team who's dedicated to providing industry insights. So she spends her days going through a lot of our partner data, insights that she gets, collecting everything, mining them. We've also connected with other vendors throughout the country that provide different categories to the food service industry, and we really kind of collecting and dissecting and disseminating a lot of that insight, so that we're putting that on a refresh basis on the site. So anytime you want to go on, and I know you've done something very, very similar, and I think it's the gold standard. So we're not trying to replicate what that's done. We're just putting a protein slant on things, so that anytime you want to know what's going on in the industry and what kind of trends are happening from a protein perspective specifically, that will be on the site. We also have product solutions. So, there's we've narrowed it down to about 7 to 8 major themes that are taking place right now in the industry that are kind of predictive and that we've seen through the past couple months. And we have a roster of products that help you best meet those needs. Versus a couple of the themes Chef Keppy will be taking you through today. Then Chef Keppy has his own page, a culinary page on our site that you can go and ask questions directly. And so I encourage you all to do that. So we want to keep him busy. And he's a wealth of information too. So I'd encourage you to go check that out. And then we will have just an overview of our marketing support that's available to you. Next slide. Okay, so the other thing I just wanted to mention that we do have with the innovation process that is brand new to Maple Leaf. And I won't go through what the actual process is, but if you want more information, please contact your Maple Leaf representative. But what I did want to pull out is we actually launched 2 weeks ago a 500 person panel of Canadians that we have access to. It's under the Maple Leaf database. And so we can test ideas and even just questions that you may have. Just let us know. We can field that through this new panel. And again, it's 500 consumers, 500 Canadians, and you get the insights back basically within 24 hours. So sometimes you get them right away based on how many people you're sampling. It's pretty cool. And then, like I said, with the virtual cuttings and the menu ideation, just reach out to us, and we're happy to help, whether virtually or when the time comes in our Think Free facility. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Chef Keppy. Now, Chef Keppy is such a valuable resource within Maple Leaf, and I know for the industry overall. He's got tons of years experience, a wealth of knowledge. And he actually is in our Think Food facility today. I would love to be there too, but I'm not special enough, I guess. We have to, there's very, very, very strict regulations to be able to get into the Think Food facility right now, just with everything going on. So, James has gone through all the training, all the protocol to make sure that he and everyone around are very, very safe. So one of the benefits I think we can provide is he will be obviously live there. And anytime you need access to that, he can be in the kitchen, helping you out with whatever you need on the types of equipment that you have in your kitchen. So without further ado, I'll turn it over to why we're actually here, which is for Chef.
Thanks, Kate. Chef, so we're going to turn over to you. And
Okay.
So thanks, Kate, for that.
No
Thanks
problem.
for the update.
My pleasure.
It sounded really good. So prim and proper. So anyways, let's get started here. So Chef, I'm going to move over to you. We got multi-cameras today, so it's almost like back in the Much Music days when they had the Much camera. So remember those days? Anyways, I'm going to move over to you, Chef, and I'm going to ask questions and we also want our viewers to send in comments, and that's even the Maple Leaf viewers that are watching today.
We know you're there.
And send in comments. We can see it. So we want to hear from you. If you have questions for Chef, please do ask him, and we'll answer as best we can. So over to the Chef.
Okay, thanks, Jay. So we got a lot to show you in a small period of time here. We're going to look at 3 different products today. We're going to look at the Schneider's pulled pork. We're going to look at the fully cooked side rib, and we're also going to look at the easy Carve Ham. And it won't just be the one thing they're there for. It's all about multiple applications. It's about finding ways to use this across the menu and making it signature to your operation. So with the pulled pork, again, it's coming four packs of 2.5 pounds, unsauced product. This is a Canadian farm raised and manufactured in Canada. It's actually gluten free until we add the bread, and it has it's a slow roasted process. So it's basically just salt and pepper, a little bit of smoke in there, ready to go. So for anybody out there that wants to make their own pulled pork from scratch, you're more than welcome to. And again, I will sell you the pork shoulders to do it. But this is basically saving you the 4 hours of cook time so that you can then take it from there and turn it into whatever product you want to. So once you break into this case, you're going to end up with a product that's just firm and sitting together. You see this okay? We're just going to go right down into this. So this is the pulled pork. It breaks apart nicely. You get some nice big pieces in there. And it's the exact same way that you're going to get as if you're making this yourself. So from here, we're going to now be able to add whatever sauce we want to it so that we can make it signature to you. If you have a specific sauce that your operation's using, that goes into this. This product does not have to be the same thing for everybody down the same street. So we can all have a different outcome from this product. So if we look at what we can do with this, we can slow roast this. We can pan sear this. Add in some sauce, let it simmer down, and you've got a pulled pork ready to go right there. From that, you can even just take that product. We're going to add some sauces to it. Stay there. But you can bulk this up. So if this is a product that you only need about 4 ounces to make a sandwich, but you can bump into that as much caramelized onions and peppers that you want to get up to a 6-ounce portion of a sandwich. So it's going to heat up just fine like that. And you're going to be able to make your own mixture. This is going to heat up really quickly. It's going to hold its heat. It's going to be able to travel really well. So this is not a problem. Yes, sir.
I'm going to interrupt. We got all the time in the world here. So I'm going to tell you is so pulled pork was really big in 08, 09. Are you going to see this coming back? And it didn't go away. Obviously, it's been around. It was really come back in that 08, 09. Do you see from your perspective this coming around again and really becoming a very value-added product for restaurateurs out there?
I think it's become table stakes. I think you're right. It did. It started back in 08 and 09. It started, this started in gas stations and pit stops in the States where people were doing pulled pork. It then worked its way up. The first place we saw it in Canada were higher end restaurants that knew what to do with it. Then it went into the full service restaurants and the QSRs. And then so basically everyone's now used to seeing pulled pork on the menu. They're expecting to see that product now. What makes it interesting is that you've got to put your own twist to it. Depends what you put into the mixture and where you're using it. So again, the default has always been a pulled pork sandwich, and that's the first one we're doing today. But that's not where this product stops. I think, again, we can say comfort food, but it's familiar. People understand this product, and it's going to work out well for what we're doing today in today's environment because it's going to be able to travel well. It holds its heat, and this is something that also the end user can reheat very easily. So while they're not while the average homeowner is not prepared to slow roast the pork, they understand what the process is now. So I think it's going to be very familiar, and I think it's going to stay on the menus. That sort of answer where we're going there, Jay?
Yeah, I think that was a good answer.
Okay.
Kate, what do you think? We're going to look at Kate here. She looks so prim and proper. Kate, what do you think of pulled pork? Oh, I muted her. Let me unmute you.
No problem. I should have worn my sweatsuit then, I guess, too prim and proper. But what we're seeing from a research perspective, Canadians are telling us, and we're already seeing it in the actual data, that there's a massive shift back towards comfort. And not only just cooking at home, but in the food service industry as well. So, and it's a trend that's here to stay, I would say, based on what we're hearing and seeing. So I think you're bang on with your question, and James a good answer.
That's a good answer too.
So obviously we're going to have that for our default answer. Get down onto that. So that's your basic pulled pork sandwich. I think everybody on the call right now understands what the process is and is going to be able to make that unique for themselves.
Hey, Chef, our other camera disappeared. Can you have...
Oh, it's disappeared?
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Okay. We'll go back to Kate. Hey, Kate, let's talk about pulled pork more.
take the opportunity.
I have nothing more to say other than
Oh, come on.
it's good.
It's a great product. You know, it's interesting because I remember it being such a staple back in 2008.
Yeah.
I remember when it did come up, and Chef was right. It did come up through the States down in the southern part of the U.S., southwest part, I guess, come up, and it became huge. Like we saw it everywhere. So it is. It's exciting that it's something you guys are highlighting today. And talk about cost effectiveness. It's perfect. Oh, there we go. We're good. That looks great, Chef.
Okay, so obviously this is just a straight pulled pork sandwich, right? Everybody's going to be able to do that. The point is it's going to be your sauce and your ingredients going into it. Now we were talking. You were talking on some of your other shows, Jay, about how this has to become in the new world. We need to get more sales. We need to bump up the sales. So when the waitress is going to the customer, they sit down at the table, order the drink. When it's time to order the meal, the question now, as opposed to do you want to make that a larger size, the question needs to become, when you're ordering a dinner, would you like to order a second dinner to take home for another night? And if that can become the new default, we can try and start getting more sales out of the one seat that you're allowed in that restaurant. So for something like pulled pork, even if you have to make up a little package like this.
Oh, this is great.
Okay, so you put you put your custom buns in there, your house-made coleslaw into it, and then you finish it off with the pulled pork in there like this. This can go home hot or cold, ready to go.
Isn't that brilliant, Kate?
If that goes over,
It is. I just wanted to say too, it is Canadian farm raised. It's natural recipe, and we have pork, chicken, and beef. So just because James is going pulled pork today, we do have some other options too available.
Yeah, look at this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
so
I went
that's
there.
in the kitchen with the same number of staff that you've already got there, but you're getting a second meal. If you get everybody thinking about this, as soon as they sit down, it's like, okay, we're having dinner tonight, but we've got tomorrow or the next day figured out. That's how this. That's got to be the new norm for the restaurants going out there, because you're only going to be at 50% or 60%. We've got to find that other 50% somewhere. This is one way to do that.
Awesome.
So we're going to do a third item. Okay. Anything else
That's
with
a
that
great
one?
idea. I just think that's such a great idea because we don't think of those little packages put together. I've seen some, boxes where people take home and they cook and things like that. But to have it like that where they make it themselves, you're kind of taking that whole, I make it my own way. In the package,
Make
right?
your own, but it can also be I can only get that sauce from that location.
Yeah.
So I can go back here to get it.
You're absolutely right. And I think the one thing that we talked about, I've talked quite a few on a lot of shows lately, is really around that experience. And these are and everyone always goes experience and they have to go through the roof and juggle, bowling balls, but that's not the case. This is just that little bit of difference that creates that experience for them that will remember that dining takeout or experience that you're creating. Brilliant idea.
Right. So the other great thing about using this product is because it's coming fully cooked like this, you're getting 100% yield out of the package that you're buying. You're going to be able to portion this very well. And there's situations where you don't have to use a lot of pulled pork to make it work. So even if you look at something like this, if we can come in on the counter, it's a basic flatbread. But all we need to do, if we take something like that, that is about an ounce of pulled pork right there. So if I take that 1 ounce of pulled pork and we start spreading that around, we're talking like 50 cents worth of pulled pork going onto this, and you're getting a great portion size on it.
So I bet you're under a $2 price point on that.
Absolutely. Nice and close.
If not around that. Awesome.
So that's an easy way to use the exact same pork. Now you can put a different sauce to it if you want to, but this is the way that you're going to be able to use this product a second, third, and fourth time. That's going to be a single portion, an ounce portion. You're going to know exactly how many you're going to get out of the case that comes in. You're going to be able to count it. You're going to be able to control it. And it's always going to be a tender piece of pork ready to go. So through the magic of television.
I was going to say, I saw that same thing at a grocery store the other day. I'm not going to say who, but they're charging me a lot more than what that is. They're making good profit off that.
Absolutely.
Right. So the magic of TV.
Through the magic of TV, I've got one that I've had sitting for a couple minutes here, but very easy.
I think Kate is dying to eat. Look at her. Look at her. There she is.
See, I'm very popular because there's food.
I want to be there.
The only reason I'm getting nice quiet time in the kitchen today is because I'm feeding everyone as soon as this is done. So,
awesome.
we've got a pulled pork there. At the same time, you're going to be able to use the product to do upsell. Let's get an extra ounce and a half going on top of a nacho. Yesterday with your chef, you were talking about mac and cheese, Jay, that you seem to love mac and cheese. What would have made that better is if you would have put pulled pork on top of it. You could have actually charged an extra $3 for it too. So
and that's that versatile of, especially with mac and cheese, you can put anything on it, right?
Yeah.
So it is definitely, when you look at pulled pork, it's very inexpensive to be able to add that, and still, like you said, add more value so you can charge more for it. Brilliant idea. Right.
So if we're going to keep on with the same idea of doing your upsell, everybody's now conditioned to get a poutine going out there and paying $6-7 for it. So if you've got, I had to use cheddar cheese curds for this one, but we can now take this pulled pork and
Jade, you're gonna have to get a pass to go to the office if we do these more shows.
You're gonna have to leave Edmonton to come get this show, bud. But it's not enough.
I got like 30 shows of this, right? I did this for 9 years, so I'm missing a little bit of the flavor, the part where I could taste it too. So that's okay.
Yeah, somehow lost the bacon.
That's the fun of chefs, eh?
There was supposed to be a third ingredient. I had chopped bacon to go in this, and I know where I put it. Too many items around here.
Okay, what do you think of bacon lately? Is it coming back more? Is it going to be there?
Bacon never went away.
No. Never went away. So I missed your question, Jay.
I was just going to say, with bacon, do you feel like it's going to be around as well as a staple for restaurants to use it? Like,
God, yeah. No question at all. I mean, everyone's going to. I mean, everyone needs protein, obviously, but there's, again, it goes back to that craveability, comfort food and craveability, the two words that we're hearing over and over and over again. And there's nothing more craveable than bacon. So we're looking forward to all the things we can do with bacon and the versatility of that as well. That's not going away.
Yeah, no, you know what's interesting is that I think it's that whole thing too that we got to look at the demographics that we're targeting, right? Who we're going after still. So
yeah,
I don't think that's changed. And
and people are saying, I mean, everyone says, they always say, they're into health and wellness and they're going to be eating healthier overall. But through what we've been through, we're noticing that is playing a less role in consumer preferences and Canadians' preferences overall, whether it be at home eating or in food service. So we are expecting that to sustain and probably even grow as restaurants continue to open up across the country.
Yeah, and our gym's open tomorrow here in Alberta. I know.
So you can eat more bacon.
So we can eat more bacon now, right? But yeah, no, it's something that I know that bacon is here to stay, and it's definitely something that, especially with comfort food being so big and the millennials and Gen Z, I can see it really escalating again.
Yeah,
even more.
We're expecting the same.
All right, Chef, what you got?
Pulled pork, we want to say that there's so many different ways you can use this in your same operation. It also doesn't require you to have to put a barbecue sauce on it. One of the favorite ways I like to use this is in a Cubano sandwich. So your Cuban spice, oregano, black pepper, lemon, and garlic are all those ingredients are going to go together. So you can even make that into a dry rub and then go straight into your pulled pork. It's a very moist product to start with. So you can put some fresh lemon juice in there, the rest of your herbs, and you've basically got everything you need to make a proper Cubano sandwich. So from this, we can put down some nice carved ham on the bottom, some Swiss cheese, get about 2.5, 3 ounces of pulled pork going on top of that. Get it nice and messy. Get some proper yellow mustard on the other side. It's not supposed to be anything special there. And you get the pickle on.
Oh man, I love pickles. So, you know what's interesting is I love the fact that sandwiches should be a little messy, is my opinion.
Absolutely. So there's a Cubano sandwich made in seconds. Again, most people understand what a Cuban sandwich is made with, but they don't get to see it very often. So it's just another way to use that same product. No one's now looking at that product and saying, "Oh, well, you just used the pulled pork again." No, that was in a smoky barbecue sauce. This is now in a Cuban spice.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
So that was sort of the pulled pork piece of it there. We still got lots more to go through, but I just want to be able to show you. You bring that product in, it can find its way across the menu. Quesadillas, nachos, flatbreads, all types of pizzas as well. And again, it's an upsell. Let's do it as an upsell. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, we're going to switch over. So the next product we want to look at is our fully cooked ribs. So this is actually the Sysco brand fully cooked ribs. This is the block and barrel. So this is a side rib. So you're getting a nice 12-bone rib out of this. It comes in a box that is not pretty. The bag is not pretty. They're cooked two inside the bag. So it's a slow cook process, but it's ready to go from here. This is going to be a pull off the bone rib, ready to just serve. So when you get it, you're going to end up with a rib just like this one here. And if you can see the bones in the back on this one. It's going to be very easy. Just separate them out by a single bone, by threes, as a half rib.
Chef, have you done anything to that yet? You just pulled
Nothing
that out.
Yet. That's what you're getting. That's how it's coming out of the package. You need to understand what you're getting when it comes in. So again, same thing with the pulled pork. If you want to do ribs from scratch, I applaud you, and I will sell you. We'll sell you a back rib or a side rib for you to do the process. You can bring it in. You can braise it for 4 hours, cool it down, make sure it's out of the danger zone. Wrap them up, put them in the fridge, pull them out as you need them. If you're a rib joint, that's how you should be doing it. But if you want to add ribs to your menu, you can go to a fully cooked product that you're going to know for sure is going to work every single time. Now, when we get to a product like this, there is a cost difference. I mean, you're almost doubling your cost when you're looking at a product like this. This isn't something that you can turn around and put in your regular factor of 33% food cost. 33% food cost isn't accurate anymore. What you need to look at is your contribution to margin, how much you put in your jeans after you pay for the food. So while this is going to be working at a 45% food cost, you're going to be making more money on that meal, because the other choice to them might be to have chicken fingers, and you're only going to make $6 out of them as opposed to making 10 after the cost of the food. So you have to do your math. Chefs need to know their math really well to make this worthwhile. But you're saving a tremendous amount on labor, and you're going to sell every single one of these ribs. So that's just how they come, nice and cold like that. And we're going to finish a couple on the grill now for you.
So Kate, over to Kate. I'm going to ask Kate rib questions now.
Yes.
So what's with ribs, Kate? What are you seeing?
Well, again, I'm going back to the research and the data and the trends that we're seeing. So again, it's that comfort food, it's that craveability, and a real move away from super healthy foods. I mean, people are, they're still always going to be a little bit healthy, but again, and the unique thing is now is it used to be retail and food service are following each other much more closely than they used to. So we're seeing pickup on the retail side as well. And usually, like I said, there's a food service trend and then retail kind of comes along, but they're both happening at the same time in a lot of categories. And ribs would be one of those. Yeah,
you know what we used to do is one of my chefs used to take that product right there and used to bread them, like cut them and then bread them, and then we deep fried them.
Yeah.
Because what's better than a deep fried rib, right? Why not, right? Deep fried vegetables, we might as well deep fry ribs and bacon. It definitely was something that was so awesome, because we created an appetizer and a product at a very high, good price point,
Yeah.
But it was something that we had a great response with those products. We breaded it. It's pre-cooked, so you don't like it's already cooked, right? So you're not having, in a sense, to worry about cooking it because it takes a long time sometimes with ribs. So
Exactly.
great product that we used to do. So I'm going to go over to Chef. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm lonely over here.
One of those things too that there's a lot of different talk about menu expansion, but there's a lot of different things that go along. Like rib is like an ultimate side, right? So then there's all of the other things that people buy or they order along with their ribs. So it's not in isolation like some products would be. So just something to keep in mind too with that.
Awesome. Let's go over to Chef here. Unmute him.
Can you go to the other camera?
Other camera's down again.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
So basically what I've done is, we'll show you in a second, but I've taken that rib, threw it in the oven for a little bit, and we're just kissing it to the grill to finish off. And in a second, you'll see these come off the grill.
So we're going to go to the other camera here.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, straight over to the grill here. So just need to kiss the grill for a minute. And this is where you get to baste it with whatever sauce you want to be able to do with it. I've got a Carolina almost mop sauce on one of them, and I've got a Korean barbecue on the other. So we're going to do a couple different dishes here to show you how we can make some money on this. So all you've got to do, so that rib is ready to go. So that could have been held in the warmer.
Can't go wrong with ribs. You just cannot go wrong.
Well, and this is another one of these products that the average home consumer, there are some that are ready to do this themselves, but there's a lot of home consumers that are scared by ribs. So for them, they need to, they're willing to pay for it when they go out.
Okay, there's that green stuff.
I know. Stuff we should have, but not.
Okay, so obviously we're going to be able to do a rib dinner on a platter of fries. That's a pretty that's a no-brainer for everyone. But Jay, have you got is the camera working okay?
Yeah, I'm just curious what you can do with that green stuff.
It's just to hold up the product. Don't worry, it's okay. We're going to hide it.
I was worried there for a second because
don't you worry.
That rib used to eat that stuff. That looks awesome.
So we're going to make us up a little bit of a mixed grill happening here. So we're going to have a couple of Mexican street corn.
So what's a Mexican street corn? You're not going to.
Well, Mexican street corn. It's normally made on on the cob, and it's a combination. It's a garlic mayonnaise with Mexican crumbly cheese that I use feta for it around here. And you baste the cob with it. What we do here, this is basically kernel corn with feta cheese, garlic aioli, and it is the ultimate side dish to go with anything smoked, anything off the grill.
That's awesome. So, because I know they use, was it like parm before Mexican street corn? They put parm.
It's a crumble, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome using feta though.
Well, it's a regional thing. If you can't get the Mexican product,
so that's like a Mexican Greek corn.
Yeah, there we go. So here's what we got for a mixed grill using the ribs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there you go with the meal. Ready?
So definitely not something that's inexpensive, but that's a share plate for sure.
That's for at least 3, maybe more people. But the idea here is that, selling a full rack of rib. I mean, a rack can cost you quite a lot of money. But when you get it down to the 3 or 4 bones, you're closer to the $4 to $5 range now, right? Yeah. So that's something you can compare off. There's a great portion happening with that. So you can actually have all those ingredients again by adding in. I've got an Italian sausage added onto there and some fried chicken. That combination people will come back for. And those are things they aren't doing at home, right? So you're going to be able to make a great meal out of that. Now, at the same time,
I love the fact that you did that to the corn, because I'm sorry, I'm not that I don't love the ribs. I love the corn idea just because so many people, you'll go into restaurants, they'll have a side dish of, and I'm not going to beat up peas and carrots, but we can do better than peas and carrots nowadays. And by adding just a little bit of twist to your corn, the value of that dish just goes up majorly. Like,
well, I do this as a past appetizer. I'll put the Mexican street corn on the bottom and pulled pork on top. It's a great appetizer over there. It works as tailgating. If we ever get to tailgate again, all those things can happen with a product like this. It's a great accompaniment to the rest of the meal. So again, we're trying to sell. We're trying to get two sales from a single seat. So the same thing can happen if you've got your own custom sauce and you've got a package like that. What's stopping an operator from vac sealing that rib, vac sealing the chicken, vac sealing the sausages, put your own barbecue sauce in a jar, and of course a little bit of Oktoberfest mustard wouldn't hurt at all, and making this a package to go out just like the ribs. So this is a take-home deal for them that they can work from. The whole thing can be piled together.
And you can put it in that tray, like if it's good in that tray right there, right? So
that's the idea. Yep.
Brilliant.
So all of it could go out. So to be able to get if the customer knows that they can come and get the same sauce that they love getting at your restaurant, that you're going to let them have a little bit of it, and then again the fully cooked rib and everything else ready to go, just makes life easy for them.
You know what's awesome about that too, back to Kate's point, is that they can probably go there, and then if they have questions, they can go to your new website, ask you a question, right? Right, Kate?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's that's James. We've offered James up to anyone who needs him at this point. So he's a great resource, like I said, but welcome knowledge. So please use it. Please use it.
Yeah. After his 100th show on how to do ribs, he'll love you.
Now, the same thing about these ribs. We want to get one more use out of them, so we're going to do an appetizer with it. We had Korean barbecue on one piece, and we had a mop sauce on the other. So now you can do a proper. I'm sorry, there's green again here, Jay, but
that's okay. We're not against green. We're not. I'm a flexitarian. Yeah.
But if you want to get an appetizer going out, if this doesn't make you friends, I don't know what will.
That's awesome.
Let's get this right up here. So there's an appetizer. You're using basically one rib. Now you're feeding 4 people.
Great ideas.
So we got to remember that there's going to be some sticker shock with a fully cooked rib like this, but we're saving you all these steps. There's food safety steps that are being done in here as well.
Chef, I'm going to jump in there.
Sure.
How long does it take to cook a rib nowadays? Like,
well, you're looking. I mean, what's normally happening is you're going to braise that for at least 4 hours. Then you've got to cool it down completely till it's out of the danger zone. Then you're going to wrap them up individually, keep them in the fridge, and then pull them out when you have an order. So it's going into the danger zone twice, which we don't want to see happen. But basically, it's 4 hours and change, plus plus you're taking up your oven space, and you've got the line time being used. So this, if you're a rib joint, you should be doing that. But if you want to serve a rib and get a premium sale, then a fully cooked rib is the way to go, because it is just a salt and pepper seasoning on there. So it's going to be completely however you want to sauce that product. It's going to be unique to you.
Yeah, and we see that right now. A lot of people just cautious on having their ovens on all day, or having their big pizza oven being used to cook ribs and all that stuff. And there's a lot of work goes into cooking ribs.
No, absolutely. And again, when you can pull out exactly what you need at a time, there's not going to be a waste problem here. You really shouldn't. There's no reason for this to ever get overcooked, which can happen when you're braising it, and you can end up with an inconsistent recipe from there. This is going to be a pull off the bone every single time. That's a tender product. And as soon as this is over, there's about 8 people that are going to devour it. So that was sort of the ribs. I've still got one more product we're going to look at.
Let me guess. It's the easy Carve Ham.
It's like we told you about this.
I just had this I just thinking ahead. You know what? What's nothing better than an easy Carve Ham? Kate, let's go over to Kate for insights on easy Carve Ham.
Well, it goes back to comfort food. I mean, and the thing is, people aren't, oddly enough, making the comfort foods as much in the home. They're actually having it delivered. I did want to jump back a little bit to the ribs, though. Family style and sharing is becoming huge in delivery. Again, it's people trying to replicate the experiences they used to have in the restaurants, and they're soon going to have again. But right now, they're ordering in things like wings, things like ribs, and it's a delivery experience. They're bringing whatever family and friends they are able to have around in their circle, and we're noticing that across the country. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
it is. And I think ribs are so good. Like, I just think it's such a simple product.
Yeah.
And I just don't think
it's something like you said, it's not easy to cook at home.
No, they're not, and they are kind of tricky. And so it's always the thing is I cook it at home, then my kids are like, "Well, this is nothing like at the store, Dad, or at the restaurant, Dad." And I always I feel so bad because you think technically they wouldn't be that hard, but I mess it up every time.
No, and I haven't been a Maple Leaf employee for a long time now. I mean, I've tried to make my own at home, and I've tried to, I've had our food service product, obviously, and I've had, we used to have them on the retail side too. And I can be honest, you can't tell the difference. Like, you really can't tell the difference. So I stopped even trying to make my own from scratch. It was not worth the effort. And you would never know the difference. In fact, oftentimes, my cooking skills aren't great. I have to preface that. But oftentimes, most times, the Maple Leaf products are better than I do.
Awesome. Well, let's go back to Chef the Carve Ham.
So, and with that rib too, I started that in the oven and finished it on the grill. That is for sure can be done completely on the grill as well. So, depending on what your operation allows for, there's different ways to reheat that product, getting it up to 165 internal. So, we're going to talk about the ham now. So, for those that know the Easy Carve Ham, they love it. For those that haven't seen it, this is going to be a life changer for you. This is just the product you might want to have for dinner tonight. Getting nice and close on that one. So this is our Easy Carve Ham. This comes fresh. It's Canadian product. It has a single bone in it, which in the shank bone, which I'm going to show you in a second here. The rest of this is completely boneless. So by default, this has been shown for years as the Sunday brunch carving ham. It is phenomenal. It's one of the best products we make. It's I'm going to cut right into this and show you in a second. But basically, if you're doing a carved dish, this is exactly what you want to have because you're going to get a 96% yield on this product. So I just wanted to show you how it can come out. I just put a little bit of Oktoberfest mustard on this. This went into a 250 oven for 3.5 hours just to get up to temperature. That's all you have to do, and it's ready to go. Use this on a carving station. When you're done, all the rest of that product is still going to be able to be used for other dishes. But just because we're here right now and you guys can't get to really try this, we'll just get in nice and close just to show you. Nice carved ham. Jay, you sure you don't want to be in Toronto right now?
I was just going to say, that looks easy.
So you're going to be able to get some phenomenal shots out of that. So that's the Easy Carve Ham as is, okay? You're going to get the entire piece that's in there. On the other end here, we've got a shank bone. This is the only bone that's on the product. And what you've got right there is the makings of an amazing split pea soup. Ready to go. The rest of this is completely boneless. There's no bristle. There's nothing else in it. And to prove the point, I just want to be able to sort of show you, I can take this entire piece and carve it right through the center. That's a 96% yield product. It's phenomenal.
Nice.
Okay? So when we're working with a product like that, the carving station is the first place we want to consider. But there's so many other uses for this product. So here's a cold product right from here. This can come into your operation as is, and it can be used in so many different places on the menu if you don't have a carving station. So you can basically just break this down into its separate muscles. There's 4 basic muscle groups here. And from there, you're going to be able to do thick carved product, shaved product, diced, and again, you're going to have the bone here on the shank to make soup with. So you can bring this product in and just break it apart. And Jay, if you want to just show one of the first page that we had there,
Oh, now you're getting me to go to the other thing here. Give me a
So I can sit here and break it down for you, but I've actually done it on a PowerPoint for Jay. And you've got these 4 muscles. Oh, we got Jay scrambling now.
Nope.
Nope?
Jay's good.
Okay.
Kate's all worried. I think Kate was like freaking out there. Here we go. So this looks awesome. So this was the whole product you had there, and you've just broken it apart.
Right. So the first picture you saw was the whole product fresh, just baked in the oven. This is how it comes cold. It comes fresh, one to a case. There's about what else do we want to say about this? Again, 100% Canadian product, ready to go. So you've got the product, and then from here you can cold slice this to whatever you want to use it for. So if you want to put this on a slicer and do shaved for a deli, or if you want to do a dinner service. Oh, and there we have the pictures. So there's the whole piece along with the four different breakouts. You got an outside and inside, a knuckle, and the shank. And if you go to that next slide there, Jay, that basically shows you the pieces and the broken out pieces. You get all that shaved product. You get all kinds of entree pieces. That knuckle is going to work out great for diced for all your omelets and pasta dishes. Ready to go. So here again, it's been a mantra of mine for a very long time. It's all about the adjectives. Every adjective is worth 45 cents going onto the menu. And so if you want to have a deli ham sandwich, that's great. But now you can have an in-house carved deli sandwich. You want to name the bread. You want to tell them what mustard is on there. All those different things you want to be able to say on that product. If you're doing the extra steps, your customer needs to know the work you're doing. So this is going to step you apart from a straight deli sandwich, and you're going to be able to do a lot of products with it. So you can actually start doing a carved ham dinner, and it doesn't have to be on a Sunday off of a carve station. You could do it from the kitchen. You can retherm this product beautifully, and you're going to end up with a great piece like that.
So how much? Like, I just think about the time, and I think maybe through this crisis and everything that we've been living through and getting through, is that just reflecting back on the amount of time that we spend in kitchens and cooking things and all these things that are pre-cooked nowadays are such a great product. I think the amount of time that would go into cooking something like that would take forever.
And you'd have a lot more reduction down too, right? Like there's going to be a yield loss, but you can end up with a plate like that.
Like, how many hours would it take to cook a ham that size, chef?
Well, again, you're probably looking at, if you're going to go slow and low, it's still going to take you 3.5 to 4 hours.
Oh,
and all I put it in for 3 hours just to warm it back up again. I could have done that quicker, but you've got to bring it up. You have to get it up to temperature, make sure your internal's there. Then you still have to deal with the bone and everything else. All that's been removed here. When you see that picture of the whole carving ham, it's all usable product, ready to work with, and that's the big difference there.
Great product. Great. Kate, I'm sure you got so much insights into ham, right? You guys are like the ham gods.
I know it's one of our core categories, obviously, and again, it's a resurgence of types of products like this. What I loved about this one, when James and I were talking about before the session, is the versatility of it. Like, of anything that we have, this is the one that can show up on so many different dishes, and again, it's a large product, but the usage you can get out of it is pretty spectacular. So. I also want to add, James, I'm hoping that after this, you can meet me somewhere outside of the office and give me some of these. I'm only 20 minutes away. This looks amazing.
That's awesome.
If you can get here in time, there's some for you.
You'll see me peeking in the window, and I don't think I'm allowed to.
Was it the creepy lady outside the window? That's awesome.
Okay, so I'm just going to take a couple slices here, guys, and make a sandwich for you. If you were here.
I know. I've been in there. I've been in your kitchen a few times. Never a disappointment.
So let's figure out how much we're going to put on here, too. It doesn't have to be a lot.
So before you do it, let's see if Kate can guess how many ounces you're putting on there. Come on, Kate.
How many ounces?
How many
many
ounces? Yeah, is chef putting on that plate right now?
I can't. It's so small. I can't tell on my camera. On the
Oh yeah.
Good answer.
camera.
I'm gonna.
I-
I'll challenge you. I'm thinking,
Okay.
ooh, he's putting it on like that. That's one big sandwich. I'm gonna
Yes,
say,
that's what we're putting on right there.
okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna go 6 ounces.
Brother, 3.
That's 3 ounces.
Are you kidding?
Go. 3 ounces, exactly.
No way.
Yeah, it's perception.
Yeah. I'm glad I didn't guess.
I know. I was actually gonna go high. I was conservative at 6.
I was gonna up you there, Jay, but
Wow.
glad I didn't embarrass myself.
That's 3 ounces. So you're talking like hardly any huge cost when you talk of protein. Put in a sandwich like that. Wow.
And you'll pay for that sandwich. Like that's
Yeah.
something you're looking at a sandwich. It's got a little bit of an artichoke and Asiago spread on the bottom, and then the basics: lettuce, tomato, pickle, yellow mustard. That's all it takes. So you can be
I think the camera guy is taking that one home, buddy. His hand went out pretty quick on that one. That's a great looking sandwich, and it is right, and I go back to that experience, right? And these little things that we look at and do, I don't know what kind of bread you got there, but it doesn't look like a typical white. It looks like a nice kind of bread that you put the sandwich on.
I went basic on that because I wanted to show that it doesn't have to be a pretzel bun every single time. It can be a fairly basic build, but that stands out. That's different from all the other ones out there. They can see that was hand carved, that somebody took some time, and they'll pay for it.
Awesome. Love it. Great ideas. Awesome. So, chef, do you have any other? Do you want more? Do you want to keep going?
I think we did about 10 or 12 here. That's pretty much my limit.
Because I can keep going all day if you like.
Yeah. We'll do it again in 2 weeks with poultry.
Yes, we're going to do poultry in a few weeks, and we're having Kate back so we can quiz Kate on poultry. But it is something that these are great. So when you start looking at
We're just going to roll across if you want.
ideas, yeah, these are great. Let's bring those back up. Those are awesome
Yes, sir.
ideas. Simple, cost-effective, labor. You're hitting all the notes that we know restaurants are looking for right now. There's that corn. I'm going to do that corn this weekend, by the way.
Send me the rest.
Love it. And then ribs. Like these are just simple ideas, and that's the idea for these shows, is that we're trying to make it so our restaurants out there can make some profit out of their dishes and also give their customers something that's a little bit different than they
Jay,
have.
this is 90% of this product is already in their restaurant today. It's executable tomorrow.
Yeah. Excellent. Great ideas. Awesome stuff, Chef. Well, thanks again and for taking the time today and
I love it. It's fantastic.
being able to show our ideas and for us to bug Kate a little. Thanks again, Kate, for your time today. We got more shows coming up for everyone else that's listening and watching the show. We have more shows with Maple Leaf coming up, not next week, week after. But next week, we also have our Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday shows lined up. We have a food safety professional coming in next week on Tuesday, and that information is going to be posted up in our social channels, as well as Canada Beef's going to be here on Wednesday. And then we also have another chef coming in on the Thursday next week. So, and then Maple Leaf back the following week. And we're going to keep bringing more ideas and more fun, a little bit of fun. We got a little bit of fun to you and to hopefully give you guys a hand as you snap back and get back into opening up and getting back to the new norm. So once again, thanks to everyone else. Thanks, Maple Leaf.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Glad to be here,
Maybe
Jay.
we'll see you in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Twice on the window.
yeah,
See you later.
exactly. Awesome. Well, thanks again so much. And everyone else, have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks so much.
All right. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Bye.